my channel. This is Prepping by Faith, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about a topic that has kind of been at the forefront of my mind, and that is, who can we trust? And I think we all realize who we can't trust, right? We know that we can't trust our governments of the world. We know that we can't trust the World Economic Forum or the WHO or, the different big pharma, big bank, big tech, you name it, we can't trust them. So who can we trust? And I think what that comes down to is really starting to come back to that notion of what I've been trying to talk to you guys about, is that sense of forming a community, that sense of trying to establish a group or a mag of people that you can count on and that you can trust. And really what I wanted to break down today are just some points that I've been thinking about as far as how we can start to build and establish that trust in order to form our mags, our groups, our communities. And so the first point that I wanted to make is the whole notion of like-mindedness. So the reason that we come together in the first place is because we have common belief systems, we have common goals, we have common values. These are the sort of things that bring community together in the first place, is just having that like-mindedness, which is why I think that we have all collectively began, coming together in the prepping community, because we do have a lot of the same ideals. We all want to, get free of this system of control, and we are all trying to become as, self-sufficient as we possibly can. And so that common thread that is in the community, I think, is something that you have to have in a group, is to have that like-mindedness in order to start establishing trust. The second point that I wanted to make as far as beginning to build that trust in your group is to have dedication. Every group member needs to be as dedicated as the other one. We all need to be coming to the group with the same effort, the same level of commitment. And so you can't have just one member of the group doing everything and the others sitting back on their thumbs. You have to have hard workers. You have to have people that are going to contribute. So contribution is going to be huge. And it doesn't matter if, maybe some of your contributions aren't as large as some others. It's all about perspective, and it's just about being willing to put yourself out there and to show the same effort that everybody else is. So you can't be just sitting in a corner while everyone else is doing the work. We need a bunch of ants in a mag, not a bunch of grasshoppers. So I think that is something that I've been thinking heavily on, is just notion of, commitment, effort, dedication, those sorts of things. Number 3, the third point that I wanted to make, I think, is communication. Communication is going to be so significant and so key. If you're going to be able to have a group that is going to thrive, you're going to have to be able to effectively communicate to one another. You're going to have to be able to bring up uncomfortable conversations if you have a disagreement, so that you can patch things up and move past it. You're going to have to be able to effectively communicate if you're, separated from each other. You need to come up with alternative methods of communication. We're also reliant on the technology that we have right now, but we need to have backups to those sorts of things. That's where I think things like learning how to use our ham radios and, CBs and all that stuff is going to be so important. And that's actually something that I'm going to be working on myself, because I am all about holding myself accountable. I'm not going to sit back and tell you guys to do things and play the hypocrite and not do what I'm asking you guys to do. So I think that communication is going to be key to a group actually being able to start building that level of trust. So the fourth thing on my list is sincerity. I think that everybody has to be completely sincere. Everybody's motives needs to be pure. It can't be, you're coming into a group just because of what you can get out of that group, right? It needs to be not just about yourself and your family. You need to be considering all of the other group members and what they need and what they want as well. And that level of sincerity and knowing that you can actually count on these other people and building that is going to really start to help to build trust. So I think that is something else that is going to have to come across, that is something that we are going to have to work on in a group, in a mag. And the fifth thing, which arguably I think is one of the most important, is just time. Trust is not something that can be built in a day or a couple of weeks or even a couple of months. It's something that is going to take time, because you have to take time to get to know one another, learn each other's quirks, learn who's going to be reliable, learn who is, as in it as much as you are, learn that level of dedication, be able to, time is pretty much building upon all the other ones that I have already mentioned, all of the other points as far as dedication, communication, sincerity. So being able to just give each other time and baby step things. Never go into a group and just start divulging all the information about yourself. It's okay to, like I was saying, step out there. We need to step out there in order to be able to reach other people, but we want to do it in a way that we are protecting ourselves. So never give out your last name, never give out your address, never give out a phone number. You need to be really careful about these sorts of things, because just because somebody appears to be a certain type of person, they may be trustworthy, you don't know that initially. So you want to be very careful and protective of yourself as you forge ahead and make these steps and these strides. So just giving yourself time, giving the other members time. Some of this stuff I feel like is going to take longer before we start feeling comfortable with each other. And as many of you know, I am trying to establish a local group in my community. So I am in the throes of starting this myself. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys what works and what doesn't work. I think it's important that we go ahead and we start being transparent as far as content creators and sharing, deeper knowledge about what we've learned as far as these sorts of things, because people really need to know what it takes and how it works. And we all have all of these questions, and we all know that there is some risk involved. I think that just becoming a content creator, there's definitely a certain level of risk in putting yourself out there, but also for you guys in the community, just being subscribers to our channels. As I've stated before, I'm sure many of us are already on watch lists, so we already know this level of risk when we step out there. So anyways, I feel like these are my 5 points. What are some things that you guys think would also be certain things that you could build upon to establish more trust in a group? Go ahead and comment down below for me. And if you guys have enjoyed this video today, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And remember to pray, prep, and put God first. God bless.